We got to listen to The Godfather and the Coffee Song and the Machiavelli and all that. We're going to listen to Upchurch over here. Good morning, guys.
Church. Sometimes I get stoned in my backyard, lay off in the tall grass so my view is the stars. I think about nothing, get to clear my thoughts from all the thunder and lightning, so I feel a spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dope, but damn it, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dope. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. Smoke rolling round the cab with the dome light on, looking like a stage for a Leonard Skinner song. Hanging out with Mary Jane, but she's making the time go slow. Making memories with my buddies through the thick green smoke, puff passing out the windows of my old Tahoe. Lifted so damn high, I can't come down, driving under the speed limit in my town. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dope. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. There ain't nothing like the swaying of a windy back road, baked out like a barn full of tobacco. I know Jesus drank.
This song always reminds me of my cousin Jason. I have a cousin Jason, and we went camping one time. I'm not really a camper, but he's a camper. And we went to, the show Twin Peaks. Well, this is where we were at. It was called Mud Lake. And we're in between the Twin Peaks where, you look to your left and you can see Mount Adams. You look to your right, you can see Mount Rainier. It's like deep in the forest. I'm talking about fucking deep. It takes like 30 minutes to get up this logging road. And we were camping. But anyway, once we got onto the logging road, he stops his truck and he's like, I can't believe I'm on a dirt road without a beer in my hand. And he gets out and grabs a beer and started drinking a beer because now we're, in the middle of nowhere. It was funny when we got up to where we were at. You don't expect to see anybody, but there was a few people that were up there camping and they were playing poker for bullets, believe it or not, for like shotgun shells. That's how deep we were in the forest. That song always reminds me of that camping trip. My cousin Jason, new movie in 2026, right? No doubt. That's funny. The two Jasons. He's from Arkansas. He calls hunting grocery shopping. The motherfucker has eaten cougar, squirrel, bear, and God knows what else. And I'm not joking. Shut my window. It's 2:22 in the morning here. All the fucking degenerates are getting out of the bar. Bar's been closed for over half an hour, but you can still hear them. I just heard somebody pushing a shopping cart down the alley. It sounded like multiple shopping carts, actually. But it was at least one. I was like, what the fuck is that? And as I got closer, it was a shopping cart. I'm like, the nearest grocery store is like 3 miles away. That is a t-shirt for sure. Hunting equals grocery shopping. Poker for bullets. Yeah, true story. The one time at band camp. Yep. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a mountain lake, more like a pond that we were camping at. And that, you would never think that there was fish in there. I'm like, how the fuck does fish get in this little tiny little fucking thing? But apparently it's because birds carry them somehow. The fish eggs, somehow the fish eggs get stuck to them, or I can't remember the story, but birds are the reason why like mountain trout exist. So we're at this little tiny fucking little pond, and there are huge fish in there. I mean, fucking huge. My cousin Jason got one on the pole, and it jumped, just like the beer commercials, but it got off. Other than that, I've seen some tadpoles. I'm not a camper. Uber for drunks, grocery carts. It kind of seems like the zombie population is making a comeback lately. Hold on one sec, guys.
But I bet he wouldn't mind sitting with me in my Chevy, passing around a few times with the windows rolled down, the radio up, sweet tea full in our solo cups, listening to the humming of the 44s like a concert out my beat up door. Arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some grown where the cattle graze. Oh, Willie said there's not enough.
I have a busy day today. I have to go pick up a U-Haul for my daughter here at 7:45. She's moving today. She hired movers. I have never hired movers before, but she hired movers. She said she didn't want to deal with it. So she's got movers for like 4 hours. Which is cool. It's 2:30 now. She said she doesn't want to drive the truck, so I got to go pick up the truck for her. And what else? Not a whole lot else going on here right now. I just spent the whole day cleaning yesterday, which I needed to do. Not just cleaning, organizing. After a while of just working, everything just gets all disorganized. So I want to come up, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to do it, but I want to come up with some different flavors for my snow cones, different names. For example, like I have the Harley Quinn, which is blue raspberry and cherry. The Joker is grape, green apple, and blue raspberry. So I'm going to come up with, maybe like at least 10 other character names and then the flavors. I spent the day not cleaning and organizing, just like I said. It's too hot for you? Too hot over there on the East Coast? Our weather keeps changing over here. It's the same every day. It's just bipolar weather. You'll drive yourself mad trying to figure out the weather in Washington. It'll never happen. Even after 50 years. Like today we're good until 7. Like right now it's you couldn't ask for a better 2:30 in the morning. There's no wind. It's just peaceful out there. No, other than the shopping cart. No, I mean, it's just night. It's 61 degrees. 61 degrees at 2:30 in the morning. But by 8 o'clock in the morning, it's only going to be 59 degrees and raining. And it's going to kind of be cloudy, off and on, little rain all the way up till 6 o'clock today. Looks like we get up to 89 next week, though. The market looks perfect. Uber and bar areas. I did get my air conditioning fixed on my car again, no charge. That's awesome. That's a must. We are in a blanket of smoke from Canada here. I heard about that. It's really bad they're giving out, Matt. I heard it's really bad. Real feel today, high of 107. Yeah. That's why, I repeat myself every day. I love the weather in the Pacific Northwest. We're not perfect either because the chemtrails, we get some fire smoke from time to time, but for the most part, we're pretty good over here. Yeah, I was talking to Todd yesterday. He said it was affecting him. It was affecting their work so bad that I think it's today. He's got like almost 500 people scheduled, and they're worried about everybody may have to come inside because it's so hazy or whatever. And he says it smells like plastic. It doesn't smell like smoke, smells like plastic. So, I mean, I could just talk until Tommy's show starts about conspiracy theories about the fires. I've had my suspicions about these fires at least since 2015, when I was telling my mom, if it has a name to it, like the Canyon Creek Complex fire or something like that. I told her it's a land grab. It is what is called a land grab. They artificially create a situation, usually a fire or a flood, so they can take your house and your property. It's an age-old tactic. They do it all the time, I don't know if you guys remember the Ted Bundy standoff down in, was that like Texas or Arizona? The Bundy Ranch. And that involved the Bureau of Land Management. It also involved, and when you talk about the Bureau of Land Management, then you involve the Indians too, a lot of times. So, but what it is just that. It's a tactic to take people's land, and they create this situation. That Bundy standoff. It is the same people that were on those horses at the Bundy standoff are the same people that are wearing rainbow hair in front of the ice stations. It's the same shit. It's the same puppet masters orchestrate all of that. I promise you. Why does the fire smell like plastic? Forgive my lack of education and knowledge, but where is the Pacific Northwest? The Pacific Northwest would be Oregon, Washington, Idaho, even a little bit of Montana, maybe. But Washington State is the ground zero for the Pacific Northwest. It's the northwest corner of the country. And if you've never been over here, it is absolutely a zombie apocalypse in the cities, but you have to go visit Mount Rainier. You have to come check out Washington. We're called the Evergreen State. and it's just, mountains of forests, and it's very beautiful. And there's a lot to it. You got the Olympic Peninsula, you got 2 separate mountain ranges, you got, the Cascade and all that, Mount Rainier. And then you've got Eastern Washington, which has got all kinds of cool stuff to go look at. Tommy said, shut the fuck up about the Pacific Northwest already. He said, I just wanted to know what it was. I don't give a fuck about the history, the geography. Never heard of the Ted Bundy standoff. What? You never did, Sweet Tea? Let me look it up. What was the Ted Bundy standoff? Maybe his name wasn't Ted Bundy, because I know that I thought it was the same as the killer guy. But hold on a sec. The Bundy standoff was an armed. Here. It was an armed confrontation between federal authorities and the Bundy family, supported by armed militia groups over the illegal grazing of cattle on public lands. The most famous confrontation, often called the Battle of Bunkerville, occurred in April 2014 in Nevada, 80 miles northeast of Las Vegas. Cliven Bundy, that's who it was. My bad. Cliven Bundy had illegally, he had been illegally grazing his cattle on Bureau of Land Management's public lands for decades. He accumulated more than $1 million in unpaid grazing fees and trespass fines. Bundy claimed the federal government had no constitutional authority to own or regulate the land. The escalation, when the BLM moved in to impound Bundy's cattle, Bundy summoned a mob of anti-government zealots, militia members, and armed supporters to the area. Hundreds of armed protesters and militia members formed a human shield, with snipers taking strategic position on freeway overpasses overlooking the federal agents. Fearing a bloodbath, federal officers backed down and retreated empty-handed, releasing the impounded cattle. The standoff ended without any shots being fired, which emboldened the anti-government militia movement. Bundy and several of his sons were arrested and faced numerous federal charges. However, the case was ultimately dismissed in 2018 due to flagrant prosecutorial misconduct. Interesting. I wonder what that was all about. Oh, there was an Oregon standoff. Emboldened by the 2014 victory, Cliven's son, Ammon Bundy, this sounds like some biblical shit, led another armed occupation in 2016 at the Sutton Wildlife Refuge in southeastern Oregon, which lasted 41 days. Interesting. What happened with that? The Bundy's cattle continue to graze on public lands today, as the federal government has largely avoided further attempts to enforce the fees. Well, golly. I mean, that's fucking crazy. They said, you ain't doing shit. And then the government said, okay. That's crazy. Okay, so I have to take some meeting calls. All right, Tommy, thank you for stopping by. Remember, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you say hi to AI. Because I know in your meetings you got to go to AI, which goes to your boss's AI. And then your boss sends you his analysis of the meeting from your analysis all through AI. And at the end of the day, AI is going to say, have a nice day. See you tomorrow. I mean, I get it. Damn, now I have to go into a deep dive on that situation later. Oh, it was a big deal. But it was such a false flag operation, total psyop, sweet tea. I promise you. The fact that they let them keep it, is wild. But there's little telltale signs to when you see something. I just know that it's all just fucking bullshit. And that doesn't happen in real life. You know what I mean? Like, if the government wanted to, I don't know. Maybe those kind of things can happen in real life. I don't know. Totally wild. But yeah, so we went on that from the fires. Let's look up the fires real quick, shall we? Let me see here. Let's see if we type in Canadian fires. Oh, there's something already right there. Canadian wildfires. Oh, wow. Smell smoke this morning. It's coming from a wildfire outbreak in Ontario. This was July 14th, so that was 2 days ago.
Holy shit. Look at that. Wicked. This is Jellicoe right now. That's pretty crazy, man. Wonder if I should turn back. Deadly. It's like it's nighttime here.
That looks apocalyptic. $838 active wildfires across Canada. More than 100 are in northwestern Ontario, sending thick smoke to the Great Lakes and northeast United States. So it's more than 100. It's more than 100 fires that are combining with whatever that is. If it's a jet stream, because I know we have a jet stream down here in Washington that heads your guys' way. I don't know if that's a jet stream or what that is, but you guys are basically breathing in 100 wildfires combined. That's crazy. That looks like a volcanic eruption.
What's it called?
I'm no weather expert or fire expert or anything like that. The government backed down and gave the cows back and dropped the charges. Yeah, that is crazy, right? Damn, that orange color was eerie. I just think that it's something's weird about it. Do they have on average hundreds of wildfires a year naturally occurring even before we were around? Of course. Most of them are from like lightning strikes, I think. But something just tells me that ain't right. You know what I mean? Maybe it is. I just think that in a world where, just think about how, homicidal are the people in charge are and what they do. Do we not think that they would not take advantage of, all of this to rain pollutants down or you know what I mean? Like, put it this way, they're constantly up there spraying chemicals down on us with airplanes for whatever reason. Who knows exactly why they do what they do, but for whatever reason they need to spray chemicals on us. This way, this gives them an opportunity to just dump chemicals on us, because how are we to know? This is probably why it could smell like plastic. Now it's just completely plausible. It's completely reasonable to have this huge thick smoke all around us to where it'll like turn day into night, because of course, because it's of all these wildfires in Canada. I'm just saying, it's an opportunity for them to just, next thing there'll be the respiratory infections, and it's the same playbook for the most part. That's the best case scenario, is that it's the same playbook they're going to roll out instead of coming up with something new, because there is like some virus out there right now, I believe. Over 100 separate fires. Can that really be because of lightning? Yeah, I mean, it could. I think on average there's like, I don't know if you know how many lightning strikes there are per hour. It's actually pretty shocking. Let me see here. How many? But that does seem like a lot, right? How many lightning strikes? So lightning strikes the earth approximately 44 to 100 times per second on average. The global rate fluctuates with the season and time of day, but it ultimately adds up to around 1.4 to over 3 billion flashes annually across the planet. So up to 3 billion lightning strikes a year. 3 billion. There is a lot of lightning. But yeah, no, it's hard to say. Let's ask that. How did all of the Ontario fires start? Let's watch a little video real quick.
Asking you all kinds of questions about these fires and the haze in the sky. We've been taking a lot of questions from our viewers, and we want to go through a couple of those, starting with this one. What is causing all the wildfires? Is this a new phenomenon?
Not a new phenomenon here. We have seen more of it in the last few in particular. So Canada had their worst wildfire years in 2023, and then 2025, and now we're in 2026, which hasn't been bad up until recently. So not a new phenomenon here. It is an area with a lot of forests in Canada. A lot of it is very sparsely populated. There are always dozens and dozens of fires that end up burning during the course of the summer. So not a totally new thing. In fact, one of the most famous dark days was in the early 1700s here in New England, where nighttime animals came out, all the street lights came on. And that was a time where they did a lot of slash and burn clearing for forest land when they wanted to open something up. So they'd light a fire and then it could go completely out of control. But people were dealing with it hundreds of years ago.
Okay, important to know. You mentioned 2023. The last time that we had smoky skies like this, obviously, was back then. Yep. Are there similarities between what was happening at that point in the summer and what's happening right now?
Yeah, 2023 is interesting. We had Canadian smoke for a bit, and then we had Western smoke for a bit. It's interesting to me because as we talk about the pattern overall, 2023 was also the last year we had a big El Nino coming on.
Oh, okay.
And these El Nino years, they tend to create a big ridge in the middle of the country and up through central Canada like this. This is what we've had over the last couple of weeks. And then we had all-time record highs being set in northern Minnesota and into central Canada back on Monday. And that's what really sparked a lot of these fires. There are also a few storms.
Right.
I would say the vast majority of wildfires, especially in the United States, are started by people, whether on purpose or by accident, campfires, cigarettes, things like that, or sometimes even arson. Yeah. That ratio is a little bit lower in Canada. Usually you see more dry lightning, but sometimes it is just human activity that gets them going when it's hot out.
Okay, you've talked a lot about the air quality, and that is really the most pressing issue for people who are vulnerable. On a day like today, let's say.
Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever started a wildfire, or do you know anybody that has ever started a wildfire? You know what I mean? Like, and could you imagine what that would be like to be responsible for something like that? I don't think I could live with myself. You know, I would be mortified. I mean, I don't think I could handle it emotionally. You know, that would fucking stress me out to know they used to cause my God. I don't really buy that. I mean, obviously it's happened many times. I'm sure it happens every year, you know, a few, I guess. Are people really that fucked up? I mean, you got to be a jerk off to throw a lit cigarette out the window when it's hot outside. And, you know, and you're out in the fucking forest. But I guess, you know, these days, I guess with all the homeless drug addict people out there, it's probably 100 times more likely that they're started by people, I guess. I mean, I don't want to blame the usual, you know, I don't want to blame the homicidal maniac, satanic pedophile group that's responsible for all the fucking horrible shit around planet Earth, but kind of seems like something that they would do. You know what I mean? For example, down in Patagonia in Argentina, if you go down that rabbit hole, we all know who their president is. That weirdo guy, fucking looks like a fucking monster with the weird hair. He passed a law to where if there's a natural disaster or like a fire, that land can then be purchased by foreign investors. What kind of weird law is that? Then all of a sudden they had a bunch of fires down there and burnt a bunch of people out of their houses and their neighborhoods. And lo and behold, guess who comes and buys the land? Israelis. And that happened. I'm not talking about a neighborhood. I'm talking about cities, fucking whole areas, you know, geography. That just happened recently. That's why I'm saying this. Hey, teacher. Hello. And Patty's here. All right. Everybody's here. You cold answer how politicians do. Not that I know of. But seriously, no, I haven't. Let's see here. Let me go back up here. Osada, I will only answer if I am free from prosecution. Yes, 100%. I love that question. No starting of a wildfire. It would bother me a lot too. 100%. Oh, you love, yeah. Because, you know, I mean, and the reason why I asked that question too is because, like, it's definitely not something common. I don't know anybody. Never, you know what I mean? And I can't even, I've heard like a news report about, you know, I can think of a couple, but I don't remember the specifics. I definitely don't know the names of the people that started the wildfire. So it's was awful where you're at. And Sam Neill dies of pneumonia. Lots of that going right. So that's what I'm saying too, because let's just go with, you know, it is what it is. Whatever, it's exactly what that guy said. It gets a little bit of people, because he said less ratio in Canada, lightning, whatever. Okay, just happens. That doesn't mean that those shifty Zionists didn't go in there in the middle of all that smoke and chaos, and they don't have some jet engines pumping out, toxicities into the fucking along with the smoke. Or they just have planes at night going in there and just like they can just dump chemicals now. Now it's like this is like their Christmas for this is a mad scientist Christmas when the air quality is this bad, because they can get away with dousing the people with so much more stuff because they can just hide it. It's just like Todd said yesterday, the smoke smelled like plastic. Why does it smell like plastic? Not saying that they're doing that, but why would they not? You know what I mean? All the shit that they do to us constantly, they're trying to fuck us up with everything. Why would they not take advantage of that? I would just bet along the way somewhere there's a little bit of tomfoolery with those fires. There was one story. The one story here, I wonder if I could find it. Let me see. No, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time right now because it'll take me a while. It was years ago. When I have time, I'm going to try to find a story about this dude named Daniel Lyon. And I told it once before, but he was like a volunteer firefighter or something. Well, we had fires outbreaking here. This is when these fires first got my attention. This had been like 2014, 2015. And this one I told my mom, I said, and of course she thought I was crazy, but I said, I'm telling you, if these fires have a name like the Complex Canyon, it'd be like the something Canyon Creek Complex fire. I'm like, if they got those names, something's up, man. Somebody is burning that shit. Like, and not an arson, like the government. This is what I was telling my mom back then. And anyway, the story came out about this dude, Daniel Lyon, and he was fighting one of those fires, and 2 firefighters died. And he tells this story, and his face is all burnt up. This dude, Daniel Lyon, because he got burnt in the fire. The other 2 died. The other 2 firefighters died in the fire. And he tells this story about as they're dying, as they're burning up, he goes, don't worry, guys. If I would never want to, if I was, what did he say? If I had to die in a fire, I would want it to be with you guys. If I had to, if I'm going to die fighting a fire, I want it to be with you guys, or some weird shit. I can't remember. I have to find the video, but it's, like me, I'm right away at fucking it goes over at most people's heads. But for me, I'm like, wait a minute, motherfucker. Hold up. You're trying to tell me you were fighting a fire, and this is what you told these guys? You got time to talk like that? It's just like another. I'm gonna leave that story alone now. Do you guys know who Buck is? Do you guys know who the YouTube show Drive Through Buck? Let me see here.
You know the rules. You know what time it is.
Don't you put no money in there, Damon.
Mom, I got you. It's just 100.
Here we go.
It ain't here we go again. We're gonna get rich off of this, Mom.
All right.
We're going $5 tickets, all right? $100. Do it. All right, let's see. If we win, I'm gonna give you.
I get to kiss the last one.
All right, you kiss the last one. Then if we hit that 50, ready, set, go. All right, you know the rules. Today we're doing something a little bit different. It's almost 100 degrees out here in Ohio. So we rented the ice cream truck for all the kids in the neighborhood. Free ice cream on Buck. Let's do it. You know the rules.
Now what are you about to do?
I feel like that shit about to hit. Look.
No, let's go.
No, I'm not. No, get out the car.
Get in
Come
the
on,
car.
no, come on.
Get in.
One more. Come on.
Gosh.
These guys went on tour, and I don't know if you guys know who this is, but this is Drive Through Buck. This guy's name is Buck with the buck teeth. The way he got popular on YouTube is his buddy in Ohio, their family owns a store, and they have that little pull tab machine in their store. And Buck goes in there, and he will always say, like, I'm going to spend my mom's Pepsi money. His mom gave money to get Pepsi. And so he puts money in the machine, and he goes, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. And he's like, you know the rules, which he kind of copied from Dave Portnoy, I thought, because in Dave Portnoy's pizza review, he goes, everybody knows the rules. Well, it's neither here nor there with this guy. I've been kind of watching him. You guys know how I feel about the gambling, and he's promoting gambling and all this, but he's kind of a likable dude. Well, he always kisses the last pull tab when, excuse me. He always kisses the last pull tab when.
Hey, I got some Gatorades, got some.
Let me go to a show real quick. This is the main.
All right, I done came back home. I'm about to put a 20 in at the store. Let's go. It's been a while since I won anything in here. That's fine.
No, I have. What did it? What
Yeah.
The whole case. I have. Go where?
I told you. Yeah, no okay.
Come in here.
Right?
Yeah.
Watch different flavors.
Watch me hit on these pool tabs too.
What is that shit?
Cardboard crack.
Is it liquid crack, you said?
Cardboard.
Oh. Well, that is.
Yeah.
Are we good then, man?
25.
There you go.
25. Yeah. Appreciate you, my boy.
I would say I'll cash them in, but you know,
Things changed around here.
everything has to change.
Still blessed the last one from mom.
So he always does that at the end. He kisses the last one for his mom. You know, most of the time he doesn't win. It looks like he won $25 there. Okay. They're pull tabs. They're called pull tabs, Patty. Kind of like scratch off. So this guy gets famous on YouTube, and I think he's got like 500,000 followers. Well, he's making a little money, so he decides that him and his buddy are going to go on a tour. And they're from Ohio, and they went all the way to California. They went to some country fest, and on the 4th of July, I don't know the whole story, but apparently there was a firework lit, and Buck decided he was going to kiss the firework like he does the last pull tab while it was lit, and it went off, and it fucked his face up. And this is where the story doesn't make sense. The camera guy, his best friend who owns that store, or his family owns that store, allegedly protected Buck's face, and he ended up losing 3 fingers in this accident. So, and I got a whole fucking conspiracy behind that, because one of the most world's famous streamers, Neon, was up here at Muckleshoot, and somebody got shot. And I don't know if he died or not, but he got shot 4 times while Neon was up there. So we'll get into that maybe later, but let me show you what happened to Buck here. It's not pretty.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Buck. I just want to say thank you for all the prayers everybody's been sending me, all the good messages. Just lifting my spirit as I'm going through this with my best friend, Sean. Right now, all I ask for you, just keep praying for me. Keep praying for my brother, Sean. Go support him. And if you don't like blood and stuff, you probably should click off this video. I just want to show everybody I am okay. I have a long road ahead of me. Nothing wrong with it. I'm prepared. I'm blessed. Thankful to be here. And like I said, just go support my friend Sean. That's my brother. I wouldn't be alive right now if it wasn't for that man. He saved my life. So thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody that's been supporting me. I'm going to take a couple weeks off, and I hope everybody stays blessed. And I love you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got some new.
Hey, I've been looking for you all day.
What up, man? We ain't supposed to hang out with each
This is his friend Sean, who lost 3 fingers here.
other.
Come on.
They said we every time we get around each other, we hurt each
I
other.
was hoping I didn't find you in here.
Yeah. Mom gave me a 20. Look, but we're gonna make it quick because we're hurt. $5 tickets.
I hope you hit because you see what I need, right?
Couple fingers. I got you, bro. You ready?
Let's do it. Fuck. Speed up.
So this does not make sense to me. And it is this. Yeah, the people on you trying to get famous on YouTube. I think there was alcohol involved, but I just don't get it. I've been around fireworks my whole life, sold fireworks. I'm trying to figure out how that's a possible scenario. I don't get it. How does one get his face burnt from a firework and your friend puts his hand, there's no, that doesn't make any sense. Number one, you just move your fucking face from the firework if it's a situation, you know what I mean? But if it's an explosion, there's no reaction time. There's no scenario where you don't move your face, but your friend has time to cover the firework to protect you. I don't get that part. That don't make no sense. Now, I could see like him holding it and butt kiss, trying to, I'm going to kiss it, and it just explodes. Boom, it just explodes. He loses 3 fingers. His face is fucked up. I could see that scenario. But their story is that Sean saved Buck's life by placing his hand over the firework. Otherwise, he would have lost it. I don't get that part. Something happened there. They're not, and they deleted a video. There's some fucking tomfoolery with that story. So, man, it is so fucking dangerous to be a popular streamer out there. It's not even funny. Joking about losing fingers, right? I can't picture how this happened either. Yeah. And let's see if I can find if they still have the video up, because I think they deleted it. I have to go to videos. Is this it? Yeah. Let's listen to him tell the story of what happened. He doesn't want to go into too many details, which is also suspicious.
Save hundreds on car insurance.
What's going on, guys? I'm smiling because, I'm alive, I'm blessed. But I've seen all the fake news and all the fake posts and stuff, and I've seen the comments. Everybody thinks I got beat up by Conor McGregor. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, what happened was a firework accident. I know I said I wouldn't get too much into it, but I will let you know what happened. Basically, we bought a bunch of fireworks, and we were having a good time, And then one firework we lit was my buddy Sean was holding it, and I went to go light it. Then that's why he took the damage to his fingers, because he covered the top for me, or else my whole face would be blown off. But that's without getting into too much detail. But yeah, we lit a stupid ass firework, which we shouldn't have done. So if there's any kids out there that can learn from me, stay away from the fireworks, and let the professionals do that. Go to the shows. Let the people that do the whole show do that. Just from now on, I'm sitting back like this at the fireworks show. I ain't never going to. You ain't never go see like a firework ever did in my life. That shit ain't dangerous. I used to think that shit was a joke. Take that shit serious. So if there's any kids out there for real, take it serious. It's not a joke. Look at me. I've been eating mashed potatoes all week and shit. I don't even like mashed potatoes. I don't want chicken wings. But on a serious note, I've seen all the posts. I've seen all the prayers. I've seen all the messages. I love y'all. It never goes unnoticed. Every single message as I was laying in the hospital or laying in home, so I was reading them. It's what kept me, you know, uplifted. That's what made me want to get outside and even get back to doing videos while looking like this. But all this is temporary. Everything will heal up. Big prayers to Sean because he's the one that took some really big damage. He lost 3 fingers. So let's just keep praying for Sean and just hope he makes a full recovery. He's strong. But yeah, man, I ain't fucking with the fireworks. And I don't think I'm celebrating 4th of July next year. I think I'm staying in the house and hiding. No, I'm coming outside. I ain't going to let it stop me. I ain't going to let it beat me up. I ain't going to let it make me depressed or, you know, not want to do videos. I'm blessed, man. I got a big community supporting me. I got all you guys supporting me, all the love.
Mute minute. Sitting here telling my whole opinion and I'm on the mute. Nice touch with the emergency sirens in the background, right? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't sound as suspicious this time when I listen to it, but still, the fact that he said he covered it up, Sean covered it up with his hands, or else he would have taken. What do you mean? He covered up what? A mortar. You know, you put that shell into the tube. It's got a 12-inch fuse. You know, if something goes wrong, it's just going to blow up in the tube. There's nothing to cover up. You know, that part don't make no sense. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were having a war. You know, like some type of a firework challenge. Like, let me shoot you in the nuts type of fucking thing. Who, you know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. Mute minute probably good. So when you retell what you said, the mute minute, you tone it down. Yeah, 100%. It's happened before, Sweet Tea. You know me well. That's too funny. But anyway, hopefully Buck gets better. What really, really makes me suspicious about this whole thing is that I got these vibes when I watched this video before something happened to him. And this is why I'm like, wow. I got the people that were around Charlie Kirk when he was killed, not the security, but just all the people in the crowd. I feel like a lot of those people were in on it. I got the same vibe when Buck and his buddy went to this country music festival. They started meeting all these dudes and taking pictures with them. And I just felt like a lot of those people there did not have him in their best interest. I could just feel like evil around him. I don't know why I can fucking pick up on shit like that. Then when I seen what happened to him, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. It's like, it just hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, fuck. And then you hear him tell the story and it's like, yep, something's not right. Somebody did something to him. You know, that's what I think. I don't know. Very weird. And then Muckleshoot too. You know, you get Neon up there. Neon's up there, and he says, he said he had a lot of fun up there. He goes up there with some NBA player up to Muckleshoot, right by where I sell all the time, by the coffee shop. Goes up to their fireworks stands, and actually there's a video on Facebook of Micah. He's working on somebody's fireworks stand, and Neon and his boys are there, and they walk away with some huge 500-gram cake from Micah's stand. Well, anyway, a little while later, there's people that are shooting mortars. See, this is why I had to quit doing the fireworks too. And you got to get out of there before it gets dark, because these people literally shoot mortars and are trying to blow up fireworks stands. You got 100 fireworks stands down there, and then you got thousands of people that pile into this huge parking lot, this big blacktop, and they blow off fireworks. And when it gets dark, you don't know who's fucking who. And there's literally these little motherfuckers trying to blow up your fire. And they've caught fireworks stands on fire before, Well, that happened, and a stand owner gets this dude, and it was a black dude, got him in a headlock, for trying to blow up his fucking stand. And then that dude fucking pulled out a gun and shot homeboy 4 times. And I think he died. I don't know the whole story. It got, those guys, like, they fucking freak out, and everybody's screaming about it on Facebook, and then somebody tells them to shut up. That's how it goes with the natives. And then it just disappears on Facebook. So I don't know what happened. I haven't asked anybody yet. But it's just kind of weird, like, for clicks and views, they're it's crazy. You have some Native American ancestry. That's why you can. Yeah, that is why, Patty. After dark, they get away with a lot more. Yeah, the last year I did it was 2023. They caught a dumpster on fire. The grass across the street caught on fire. And I got these little motherfuckers, these Jamaican kids, these little Jamaican teenagers came to I was selling snow cones, and they all have this, there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they all have the same purple credit card I've never seen before. They all have the same card, which is weird. They're like, oh, I just want to buy snow cones, which is $5. But can you run it first to see if I have any money on there? So I swipe their card, it's denied. Okay, give me a second. They call their mom. Okay, now try it. Because their mom's going to put money on the card. Now it works. Well, they all did that. And I'm like, this is so weird. What the fuck are they doing? So I came home, I did a little research, and I found out exactly what they were doing. And back then, if you swipe their card, you don't. Now I have I take people's credit or debit card and I insert it into my little square thing. But if you swipe it, there's a way they can get their money back. And that's what they were doing. They were doing small transactions, and then they would go and say, call their bank or whatever. That wasn't me. And because I swiped it and didn't insert it, Square automatically just gives them their money back. And that's what they did to me. Luckily, it was only $5. But that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, that's the type of shit you'll find on the 4th of July. The worst of humanity comes out. I say it every year. This year was no exception. So, heal up, Buck. Anyway, let's get to the X-Files. We're running out of time. Before the Italian bandstand starts. Tommy's the new Dick Clark over there.
I disagreed wholeheartedly.
Lindsey Graham passed away.
I disagreed wholeheartedly with many of his policies. He was a neocon warmonger. He was a murderer. He wanted to wipe out and kill many innocent people in Iran, in Gaza, in Lebanon. He supported war more than anything. He never wanted peace. The only time he may have been interested in peace was because this war is hurting the midterms for President Trump and Republicans. However, one thing about Lindsey Graham that we can all say for sure, is he was a dedicated Zionist. And that's why he worked so diligently to send as much money as possible, weapons as possible for Israel. But he was also, he may have been an elected U.S. senator, but he really was the greatest lobbyist that the military industrial complex could ever have holding power in Washington. And his state, South Carolina, has over 400 military contractors.
So important. She makes a great point there. He was such a scumbag, and he was so important to the military industrial complex that they can't afford to lose him. So they're not going to. You know, it's Weekend at Bernie's in his seat. They're putting his sister in there. And how does that work in our under the United States Constitution? How are we allowed to not, follow an emergency protocol and get somebody reelected in there? Oh no, we'll just put your sister in there. Now there's this sob story about how he adopted his sister when the parents died and yada, yada, yada. What the fuck does your sister know? I mean, this is like Erica Kirk knows everything that Charlie knew. So let's just put her in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the sister. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but I don't know how that's possible. Let's see here. Lindsey Graham's sister.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do.
So I would be very worried if I was in South Carolina, because a couple of things happened, do we even know he had a sister? You know what I mean? It really is at this point when something like this happens, even if we try to go research Wikipedia and Google and all that, yeah, of course it's going to say it's going to have all this backstory now. Was this an installation? I mean, obviously it's an installation. Who really is that lady? Too fucking weird. Has that ever happened before where they put somebody's sibling in there? Yeah, we do need, just like Biden and Kamala Harris, no election. Yeah, and the thing is we just don't even know who she is. Darlene Graham Nordone, sister of the late Senator Lindsey Graham, was sworn in today to finish out his term in the U.S. Senate, appointed by South Carolina Governor. Family members stepping up to continue. This video is AI, it says. But next, the state GOP will hold a special primary on August 11th to choose the nominee who will face Democrat Annie Andrews in the November midterm election. The process will be handled quickly and respectfully. Do you agree, or do you think it should have been a longer process? I guess she's only in there for a little bit. Still, just very weird. It's just a slap in the face to Americans.
I disagreed wholeheartedly with me.
But this is how you know diversity is getting really bad. I want to tell you a story about what happened to me today. So today, I go to 7-Eleven.
I hate this guy, but I just want to hear what he has to say here. Perfect time for your sister's ass. Yeah, true, right? What is her experience? Why does not one get to vote? No one get a vote. Yeah, well, apparently it's going to be, there must be some really important things they need passed real quick. You know what I mean? I guess the question is like, what is she going to be doing between now and August 11th? Must be some important stuff going on. Let's see what Nick Fuentes has to say here.
To pick up some Gatorade. This is just like an unbelievable story from my life. I go to 7-Eleven to get like a pack of Gatorade because I'm out. And I go in the store and I pick up this like 15 pack of like mid-sized Gatorade bottles. And I go up to the counter.
He's too slow. I can't do it. It's not an important.
What we're going to cover is a little weird.
This is weird. So now we got Baron Coleman. Do you think you know who Lance Twiggs is? Okay. So Lance Twiggs, we know who Lance Twiggs is. Lance Twiggs is the trans furry guy, the gay homosexual boyfriend of Tyler Robinson, right? And we've seen what he looks like. He has the long hair. Doesn't quite look like a trans furry homosexual, but that's the official story. Well, some internet sleuths found out that Lance Twiggs was on Jordan Peterson's Reddit a few years back and is a fan of Jordan Peterson and says, I think that he read his book. And Jordan Peterson is not somebody that you would follow if you're a leftist. Jordan Peterson is anything but left, if you know who Jordan Peterson is. Jordan Peterson's a weirdo, but, he's been on Joe Rogan many times, kind of went at Candace Owens, but he's definitely not a leftist. So that doesn't make any sense. Just another many red flags.
And this is strange. I'll ease you into this because it's a little weird if we're being honest. We have a series of Reddit posts, and we know these are Reddit posts from Lance Twiggs because we got his username over the course of the investigation. And we have one here. This is on the Jordan Peterson subreddit. This is a subreddit for fans of Jordan Peterson. How can an average person like myself avoid perilous pitfalls such as This is not him. This is someone else. We'll get to Lance's answer in a second. This is someone else writing. How can an average person like myself avoid perilous pitfalls such as ideological entanglements when even individuals with higher moral and intellectual caliber have fallen into them? Now, notice caliber spelled correctly here, unlike when Tyler Robinson spelled it on his text message. But we're neither here nor there, people. Here is Lance's answer. I want you to listen to this and think about what we're told of his lifestyle, what we're told of who he really was. Honestly, I think everyone's going to land in these pitfalls. It's part of being human. Doing your best to recognize and remedy that is all you can do. Keep your strongest truths close to heart and don't be easily swayed in any direction without a strong and well put together reason. This is Lance Twiggs. Even then, you'll sometimes realize the environment, friends, or communities you choose to spend time with aren't helping you grow or progress. May otherwise be pushing.
So, and it's a little long, so I'm going to stop it there because we're going to be short on time. But the point is that if you listen to the testimony of Lance Twiggs when he's being questioned and they play it in court, they'll ask him, like, did Tyler Robinson ever talk about, Charlie Kirk or anything like that? Well, he, not really. I kind of just steered away from any political talk. He never really, he just sounds like a complete fucking moron, for one thing. And this is not him. One is not the other. You know what I mean? You can't be this intellectual and answer. So he's either just playing the part, obviously, as an actor in court. So it's a whole thing. We're going to move on. Is that his actual name, Twigs? It does seem made up, right? Like multiple. I always think of multiple Twigs from Silence of the Lambs. You know, I really think they think that, you know, because they always try to mock us. I really believe that, you know, they think that we're this fucking stupid. ICE is back at it again. This man went viral for towing away an ICE vehicle while they were making an arrest in LA, has now been arrested himself, looking at 10 years in prison. So these guys were making an ICE arrest. He tows their vehicle.
We mentioned a Cellbrite extraction of Mr. Twig's phone. Do you know what time?
We'll get back to ICE. Let's just stay on Lance Twiggs for a second. These investigator cop people are just fucking, you know, they're just fucking everything up. This is just something towards the timeline, and this guy it doesn't make any sense when he says September 11th. It needs to be September 12th for their bullshit timeline to work. So much, and even the lady asking the questions realizes it.
We mentioned a Cellbrite extraction of Mr. Twig's phone. Do you know what time that last text was sent?
Yeah, I recall it was just before 8 p.m. on September 11th. It was, I think, 7:42 p.m. is my recollection.
I'm sorry, September 11th?
Yes.
Would September 12th make sense, or you're saying September 11th?
So September 11th was when he turned himself in. It would have been September 11th. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We mentioned a Cellbrite.
You see, I mean, you could just tell. It's just comical at this point what they're doing. All these events that people come across as cartoon characters. Yeah, you know, there's this guy, Owen Benjamin, who talks about how we're all under these spells and witchcraft and how they use names against us. And like Ellen DeGenerate, you know, the way she ended up being Magic Johnson, a guy who got AIDS but didn't die, has a Magic Johnson. He has a whole list of, and when you listen to him, you're like, damn, there's a lot of them. It's hard to unhear them once you hear them. Dean, dude, what's going down, sir? Speaking of Magic Johnson, Deanie's in the house. Just a bunch of thugs and bounty hunters. I think a lot of people get into ICE, sheriff's office, rangers, not all of them. So you guys heard what happened, right? In Maine, ICE officer shoots and kills somebody who he said was trying to run him over. And this one's worse than the one that happened in Minnesota when they killed that one chick. This is 4 shots, and it's from like 5 feet away. The dude was doing 2 miles an hour. And you have these ICE officers that are they're fat. They can't even tuck their shirts in. They're not trained, and they're just homicidal maniacs. And now the president of Mexico is fucking pissed. She said she's coming after America for this one. She's coming after Trump. Drop the link real fast. Coming up. There you go.
Candace's.
Lorenzo Hidalgo Arujo in Houston. Oh, that's a different one. See, it's just happening more and more. Good morning, sir.
Yo.
How you doing?
Good. I just got out of the car. Put me on full screen.
There you go.
I said something yesterday. I'm in the middle, the cherry of Canada and Buffalo. Are you ready for this?
Uh-oh.
I told everybody, nobody's got it as bad as Dean do right now. Fires in Canada must be so bad. Get ready for this. Osada, you're going to fucking hit the ground. And I'm ready. I'm going to put my gas mask on in about 5 minutes. That's how bad it is. I might even go home. Damn. Hang on, buddy. I might even go home this morning. I got to see what
I would. I'd get out of that shit.
I can't get now. Look at this. I can't get on screen. You got to be fucking kidding me right now. I'm hitting my button to get on screen and it ain't working.
If we don't get a camera view now after this build up, you're gonna get.
I know. Shut up. Let me try this. Okay, I'm gonna go in and out. Let me see if this works.
Okay.
Stay with me.
All right. We'll see if he can come back. Dang. Yeah, he needs to get out of that. We were just talking about that. And he's in Buffalo. I mean, you got to be a complete jerk off to want to live in Buffalo. My God. I don't know any news unless I hear it here. That is funny. I'm the eyewitness news team. Device not connected. Let's see if this works. Okay. Yeah, but oh wait, there we go. Okay. Yep, we got you.
There it is.
Gosh.
Wait a minute. Get ready. You just see what's behind me. Now, I'm about a mile away from the Canadian border. The bridge, the Peace Bridge is over here, and you'll see the waterfront. Then you can't even see Canada.
Oh, wow.
Canada is over there. That's all Canada. Look at that sky.
Oh, you can see. Yeah.
Look, wait a minute. Get ready. That's all Buffalo here. Look at the thruway. You can't see downtown Buffalo. Look at our buildings. You can't even see them.
Damn.
Okay. I'm in the middle of the thruway right here. The smoke is so bad that I'm going to grab the foreman in about a half hour. That's how bad it is right now. I'm not breathing this air in right now.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe that in. What's it smell like?
This is City Hall and all the buildings. You can't even see them. And it's not even 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
The crane, you can't even see the crane. The crane's only 100 feet away. Look at that sky. The sun is red. The sun is red, Osada. As soon as it comes out.
That's wild. Yeah, they said that there's over 800 fires in Canada right now, but 100 of them, that's what you got right there is a combination of 100 fires.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. Yep. I wanted to show that. I wanted to, have this documented right now. So
that's wild. Yeah. I mean, even like when you go looking through your glass now, it makes it even look even more hazy through the window.
Look at that. Yeah, look at the window. I'm sorry. Hang on. Front window. Watch this.
Yeah.
Look at that over here. You can't even see Canada. So all you see is brush.
Wow.
And I'm right on the border. This is the border right here, the heart of it. So, all right, go ahead. I wanted to show you guys that on your show today.
Yeah, try to get out of there. You don't want to be breathing that in today.
No, man, because I've been here all weekend. I think I could feel it. I'm going to ask all the guys. I could really feel it. We're pounding 10 hours, 8 hours a day in here, breathing this.
Todd said it smelled like plastic yesterday, what he was smelling over there.
Plastic and chemicals in a wood. Do you know how wood has like treatment and chemicals, Osada? That's what it smells like, burning. And it can't be good for you at all. It can't be good for you because it's hazardous.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, all right, Boomba.
Okay.
Everybody have a good day.
Take care.
Yupper.
All right. There goes Steam Dude. Yeah. Stay safe out there. That's crazy. That's a lot of smoke. That's wild. Like we look at the news report and then we get a real-time person on the ground. That's pretty wild. Be careful, Steam Dude. Yes, for sure. All right. Yeah, those fires are no joke. I'm sure you guys seen the video yesterday, but I'm gonna play it again just because, and I got to go use the bathroom real quick. But it's the most wildest video I've ever seen in my life. When it's good to be fires,
it was,
and everybody made it out okay.
You don't have to be.
Was it yesterday?
This is the.
Oh, I can just go.
You don't have to be a genius to memorize entire books of the Bible. You just have to be faithful and disciplined and do a little bit each day.
This could potentially overtake us here. This is getting a little scary.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay. Yeah, this is.
Okay, y'all need to hurry up here. Like, seriously, we're encased in flames now.
You guys gotta go backwards. Go.
Hello, Jody, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you there. I'm telling them you were notching up.
Yeah, this has got to move fucking quick here. Holy crap. Oh, that's all right. This kind of burnt off, so we'll be okay now.
Yeah, it went across. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah, look over there.
We are
You guys got a light now or what? Did you guys get that light? Oh, yeah, they're clipping. Woo!
Apparently what happened too was like those guys had to they disconnected their car or something, part of the train, and then they got stuck and the train crashed back into them. And I don't know exactly what, but they all got out of there. He would not have a full respirator to not get any of that in his lungs. His lungs are very susceptible since he smoked. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to work in that. All right, let's get back to.
You don't have to be a genius.
I disagreed.
So this is the one in Maine. A 26-year-old Colombian who was legally authorized to work in the United States and had a social security number. This is them pulling his lifeless body out of the vehicle, which I'm going to play. You may not want to watch it. I am going to play it. And this is the video. This is how fast this guy was moving to get shot 4 times in the face. I think it's like right there where, I mean, look how fast that vehicle's moving. And at this point, I'm pretty sure, because this is a ICE agent, it's already up to him. I think he's already dead, obviously. Because it was on that first pass, I believe, is when they shot him. And now he's just dead. It's completely uncalled for. We cannot be murdering people like this. It's just, you know, and the most sickening part about it is that, I mean, I'll just speak for myself. You know, these people are being trained by the IDF. You know, this is the same people that are hijacking religion and the education system and the political system, the court system. They've hijacked the law enforcement too in this country. You know, and now if you think back, just like the last few years when, well, how come the police can't do anything? Oh, well, the politicians, this is what it's all about. And it goes, it's not the politicians. It goes all the way. It goes back to the same fucking people. And just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she said it herself. Lindsey Graham was a Zionist. That's what those people are. These are the people I'm referring to. You know, they want this shit to happen because if they can't create a race war between blacks and whites in this country, which they're trying so hard to do, they're going to get the Mexicans all riled up, you know, because they do like to protest. He would have to have a full, oh, we did that one.
But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like.
This is Erica Kirk in Charlie's chair.
He said $30 for this.
Sorry, I don't know why that was playing. Erica Kirk in Charlie's chair right after he was killed. And she's just going to tell us that, you know.
But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird. We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off. But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird. We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off.
You know what else is tone deaf and morbidly off? Putting a microphone either on you or on your dead husband's body when you're kissing him and then posting it on social media. That's morbid.
$30 is reasonable, guys.
And it's not sure that I did it. That's
He's not sure if he did it. Come on.
Come on. $30, come on, bro. I didn't do it.
We're gonna negotiate. Flip a coin.
I didn't do it.
I mean, if you want, I fix it, but this is not $30.
How much? Yeah.
Just give me
Oh, come on.
100.
You know what? I fix it for you.
$100. Oh, okay.
I fix it for you.
All right. Yeah, take his license, take a picture of his license, his phone number, and then everybody goes home happy.
It's nothing. It's just a little pain.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm playing that video. Speaking of chemicals, this was in the Vietnam War. They would spray chemicals on the sides of the rivers to kill all of the brush with weed killer, so they could not be ambushed because the VC was ambushing them from the brush. Wild times back then, man. Holy shit.
Well, it's just very disheartening that you have to consider the fact that it's really possible.
JD Vance made another appearance on Joe Rogan. I think it was yesterday. Lying through his teeth, you know, just I mean, he's in a hard spot, but he really is just a lying piece of shit, just like the rest of them. I mean, some of us might end up voting for him. I'm not going to vote, but some people may vote for him, and that's okay because I mean, what are your options?
Vaccinated just 4 years ago to go to grocery shopping or to go to a restaurant.
So they're just talking about how they
Once he
believe
said,
the election
because
was rigged.
Mom passed away. I'm
John Travolta was on Kevin Hart recently, and it's kind of a tough conversation. He said his son came up to him, and who's 10, and said he's afraid he was going to die because his mom died recently, a couple years ago.
Once he said, because Mom passed away, I'm afraid you're going to. And I said, well, it's a very different thing.
John Travolta opened up about a difficult discussion he had with his son, Ben, following the death of his wife and Ben's mother, Kelly Preston. On the most recent episode of Heart to Heart, Kevin Hart's new talk show, an interview with Travolta turned to his personal tragedies. The actor revealed that his son, 10-year-old Ben, expressed the fear of John dying following Kelly's death.
So we're going to keep you guys busy for the next, 20 years.
Hey. Kelly died in July 2020 following a 2-year battle with cancer. She was 57.
He said to me once, he said, because Mom passed away, I'm afraid you're going to. And I said, well, it's a very different thing. And then I went through the differences about my longevity and her limited life.
John went on to reference the death of his son, Jet, who died following an accident in 2009 at the age of 16.
I said, but Ben, you always love the truth. And I'm going to tell you the truth about life. Nobody knows when they're going to go or when they're going to stay. I said, your brother left at 16, too young. Your mother left at 57. That was too young. But who's to say? I said, I could die tomorrow. You could, anybody.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's got to be scary for a 10-year-old to lose their mom, or he was younger than that when she died. But I thought that was kind of an interesting conversation.
He's a rogue personality who's
Richard Gere, who I believe this is the guy who, remember, wasn't he rumored to have put a gerbil up his butt? He doesn't like Trump.
He's a rogue personality who's destroyed so much. He's hurt so many people. And he's caused so many deaths. But it will be over. He's an old man. He's a damaged personality. You can.
Yeah. But you know what? The Trump presidency will be over, but the bullshit that we will endure will not. Not unless we don't keep fucking calling balls and strikes on these motherfuckers. It ain't really got nothing to do with Trump. I thought this was kind of a cool video just because we were talking about moose the other day. And it's just a little compilation of some close calls with moose and just different videos with moose. What do you want from me? It's a moose video.
No, go on. Charlie, get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. Mamá, ahí viene. Oh, shit. Okay. It's okay, buddy.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh.
Look in your window, Bros.
Were you trying to get my groceries? Oh, nope.
Ikke overraskende mer og mer utsatt i sosiale kretser, og hun mistet enhver form for kontakt.
CG2, good morning. How are you? Yeah, make sure we all have to do our stretches first before the social club starts with all the music, before the Italian bandstand starts. You got your pre-podcast song, Then you got your I'll Be On in 5 Minutes song. You got your start of the show song. You got your intro song. You got your Machiavelli, the Catholic Minute, whoever he's hosting, talking about songs. You got Sarah Collins. And there's a couple other songs in between, you know. We're going to call them Tommy Songs, the Italian bandstand. It's Tommy Clark. Tommy Clark up there with the microphone. And on his off time, he hosts $100,000 pyramid. You know, I need to do that. I need to Photoshop Tommy as Dick Clark with the hair. He kind of had the Dick Clark haircut in that one picture with the tan jacket on. It is hysterical, right? Tommy is hysterical. Thindu's hysterical. Together they were hysterical. Now
the World
they're
Cup
just a
isn't
couple
just
of
about
jerk offs, couple of grumpy old men. That movie was made for those guys. Could you imagine if Tommy and Thindu lived next to each other, just with a fence separating them? It would have to be a wood fence. Couldn't be one of them metal fences. They'd be out there putting those little plastic sleeves in there to block the view, you know, threading it through the wire gate. This is kind of deep, but true, you know, about how FIFA goes around the globe and exploits authoritarian regimes, uses football's biggest stage to build power and reshape their global image. It's just a propaganda.
Jack Posobiec, Human Events Daily, was there today. Jack, you were in the courtroom.
Let's listen to these clowns talk for 3 seconds. Okay, we got, of course, Andrew and Blake, but they bring this Jack Posobiec guy on, try to convince us that he's seen the video of Tyler taking the shot.
For this viewing of this video, the enhanced video, tell us what you saw.
Look, guys, I'm not gonna mince words. All right, I'm gonna be blunt because
get to the fucking point, dude.
It deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
And
what is it?
I'm just gonna say
what
it
it
was.
What was it?
You see him shooting Charlie. You see him executing Charlie. You see him take the shot. And so you've seen the video, and Blake, I know you were there, man. And it was like watching Charlie die all over again, seeing this video. It's the most damning thing I've seen all week.
Total bullshit. This guy. We were a minute into this video, and it's just at this point, you know, with these people, we know what they are. You know, it's total garbage.
Obviously, this is going to be more blurry.
So in this video,
obviously, this is
the video of Tyler Robinson jumping off the roof. And the official story is that he has his gun, his long rifle, 30-06, wrapped in a towel. But in this video that they give us, it doesn't look like he drops the gun off the roof.
It's going to be more blurry. So he puts the black. Look at this thing. Boom, boom, boom. Look at it. What is that?
Well, come on. It's a rifle and a towel. What else does it look like?
Okay, but when he gets off, he doesn't bring that with him.
It's
Is what I'm saying.
It's okay. Just let it go.
What the
Well,
fuck
that's
was
weird.
that?
That's
What the
very
heck was that?
weird.
He left it up there, guys. He left it up on the roof.
It's
probably still there. Let's go get it.
He left.
So, I mean, who knows if that video is even AI or what? The whole thing is just garbage. The whole thing is garbage.
We are following some breaking news out of Bellevue right now. A man is now charged with stabbing a police officer before another officer shot him. This happened at the Bellevue Transit Station, you'll recall, on Friday. Court documents say that
Washington State.
false 911 call about domestic violence to lure officers there. Police say that he slashed an officer's face with a knife and then stabbed him twice in the back. And that's when police say another officer shot Bangura. Both were taken to the hospital.
It really seems like there's an uptick in this stuff again. Tommy's about to start, so I'll end it. See what else we got. We don't need to watch the mannequin crying over the dead body hands again, but we're gonna watch it just because. Pay attention to where the microphone's at. Listen to her voice. Listen to the rubbing of the hands, her kissing the hands, and how high quality the audio is. Where is that microphone?
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. God bless you.
I don't even think that's a body. And Baron Coleman did a deep dive on this yesterday. The timeline of how Charlie got into a suit, because they figured out which funeral home that is in Utah. Like, that's how good these people are. It's a whole thing. Just so weird. She's just so fucking weird. What else we got? JD Vance, Patty Pimlet. You know, I'm not a fan of Conor McGregor, but I got to give him credit where credit's due. You know, I'm a huge fan of people that try to be role models to kids. And even though he's definitely not a role model to kids for the things that he's done, when a kid comes up to him and he acts like this, I got to give him credit.
Your name, my man?
My name's Noah.
Noah. Noah's a great name. Come here and take a video with me. Look at this guy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Noah.
Yeah.
And he is from Saudi Arabia. And look at this guy from Saudi Arabia. What do I think? You look like an Irishman.
Yeah.
You look like my cousin. Noah. God bless you. Have a good time, right? Your name, man.
I give him credit for doing that. You know, that's badass. That's a
Names of 3 people in your head right now that you'd vote for president.
You won't
28.
like it. You won't like it.
I don't care.
I'd vote for Westmore,
You told me
governor of
that.
Maryland. I'd vote for Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
I'd vote for Marco Rubio.
Okay.
I mean, that's all you need to know about these clowns. Yeah, who does that, right, Patty? I mean, you're missing all the intro songs over at Tommy's. Okay, we need to hurry up. Let me see. I can save.
At the Department of War, we have the most elite warriors.
It's just the last video, anyways. Pete Hegseth is offering testosterone, TRT, to all soldiers over 30, creating a high T military. So we're giving drugs now to soldiers. I mean, they've always done that, I guess, but wild. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll head over to Tommy's for a little bit. I need to go make some more coffee. So Patty, Sweet Tea, Hey Teacher, CG2. Anybody else come in here? Any ladies? No. And Scene doing Tommy. The 2 grumpiest men on the internet. The biggest beef the internet has ever seen. You know, this is bigger than Drake against what's his name? I don't even remember their name. Maybe they had that big beef on the Super Bowl, the diss track. This is Eminem against Nick Cannon. All right, guys. We'll see you over at Tommy's. Have a great morning.